a single one of their map picks. So is the trend going to continue? We'll find out now as we get into Nuke here in the first half of the pistol round. Liquid will be on the T side, start big on the CT side, with the buy-in seeing the utility on Fallen and Naf. Now upgrade pistols for the T side line, same for the CTs. They've got the defuse kit and the HE over on Tizian, and straight in for Liquid out towards this ramp control. Grim will lead the charge.
This seems to be a bit of a Counter-Strike read coming through from Big on the setup. They've got a fair bit of ramp presence to start off, and Liquid are just going to fake it out, show the bomb.
Tag up on Grim, initially doing some damage this, and watching with the USP tapping forward, flashed out of position, and Keto will get overwhelmed by Stewie's part. Great Glock kill, great start in this one. Fallen's going to lurk back here towards lobby, expecting Zentaris and Tizian to go for a wraparound, but Zentaris still gets the kill as the bomb gets planted.
4v4 retake, and it seems like they want to regress out from the squeak doors, and Taurus gets away with another. Naf needs to find a trade back, and Tizian gets involved.
And Grim's on 21 HP, is the forward player of this counter-attack, and Zentaris makes it a triple. EliGE holding back in the back, does get Searson, trying to get Zentaris, looking for the last player, Tizian as well, but cannot secure that final frag. Will be a double up for Tizian on the defuse as well. Big pistol for Big.
And that was a setup that was an interesting idea in terms of the strat. So Liquid go quite quickly out towards ramp. They show that bomb, but it's all just a fake. They go back in towards the upper side. They deal with that close vent player incredibly quickly, but Zentaris just tapping through. He was the one that found 3 kills in the round.
Yeah, wonderfully done with the perfect headshots. And Zentaris is always the guy to watch out for ever since he was introduced to the Big side, and for good reason. He wasn't the highest player, of course, for the Big clan in the previous matchup, but the main reason for that was because everyone was a big player for Big in that previous map, so no need for one individual to really step up, but obviously in that particular round of the short term, big sequence, big pistol, Liquid, up on the force buy, bomb plant bonus sees the Krieg and the AK.
Just on the top of Silo, just trying to see if EliGE can find a bit of a way in which the CTs just start overextending Searson just with the crack angle quite deep in towards CT spawn. Playing quite passive to the outside approach, not looking to get aggressive at all.
Utility and the Molotov's down. Smokes inbounds, tight gap there for Searson to work from in his scout. Flash over, SMG face, Stewie gets the kill on Keto, opens up, SMG back for Tabs and responds to EliGE. A 4 versus 4 with Incendiary back here. Pressing for the moment, Liquid will not be allowed to press.
They've got a lot of information. They know it's pretty much everyone towards outside from Liquid, and they're trying to sandwich them in from the bottom of Secret and even towards sort of the heaven position.
Smoke on Tabson. Seeing one player, or did he? No, he didn't, because the smoke down a little bit too late. Grim can catch the frag, and now Liquid can burst into the B side. There's no one here at the CT side for Big.
Perfect timing for Grim. Zentaro is going to focus his attention down from ramp, but Liquid have completely opened up the bomb side. Big are going to really struggle on this retake.
Is this a safe call, Dwight?
Could be. Yeah, just realizing that 3v4, we don't have anyone on rotate, we don't have the nades, so let's just back off and save, force by next round.
Well, fair dues to Big. I don't really blame them too much for it. A lot of passive positions can be taken here on Nuke, and I feel like sometimes it might be the smarter option to save. Yes, it does mean that here in the conversion, they will have to throw it away against Liquid. Concede the bonus and the advantage of the pistol win, so. Round back on Liquid's part, evened up early into this game. AK and Krieg saving in a couple of SMGs as well, staying in for the Liquid camp as well. The M4 from us, at least a decent basis to work off of here for the CT Force. I imagine there will be a force buy as well.
Yeah, buying around the weapons, just try and put pressure on immediately. And for Tabson, just being caught on the timing, just trying to re-smoke, look to just shoulder bait, get a bit of information. And Grim just beat him to the position, just start swinging out with the MP9. There's no way you're going to win that fight when you've got a nade out in your hands.
Util set, Liquid. Advantage on most of the weapons here. The SMGs in particular staying into Grim and EliGE. Or Grim and Stewie, I should say. A lot of players without head Kevlar here for the Big side, so there's an opportunity for money to be gained out of these two players. Keto's going to force forward anyway. Deagle in hand, pressing up towards ramp and looking in towards lobby.
Yeah, Keto very aggressive, and with this bait and switch, he might start making a bit of a move in, but it's the upper take from the T's.
Molotov burning Stewie back into the corner, 80 points of health for him. Grim also getting tagged up, but EliGE and Grim come up with those kills. Fallen ready for the scout set here. And EliGE comes up with a double up. Tizian can deal with Naf at least, and make a double up of his own happen, but switching out to the rifle at the wrong moment. Leaves Searson alone. The 1 versus 3. EliGE is on the outside of the AK, not being detected, not being heard. Could walk into this player's position here. Depends on how Searson's going to play this one out. Set up a smoke towards that heaven position, trying to indicate that he's up there somewhere. Has baited in EliGE at least. Look around that corner. Oh, angle found, shot not connecting. The USP can deal with Stewie. Look for a bit more in this, but unable to see any more of that at the T-side line. He's out of time anyway. There's no kit in play for the CT player, so look for exits, get rid of the AKs. No, fall in there with a headshot. Maintains the main rifle.
Yeah, guaranteed Sirisen's probably learned that in a practice 6 months ago and just never had to use it until now. But it's one of those nades that's so situational. We always see the retaking nade out from heaven when they're going from the heaven position to retake as a unit. But yeah, nice little lineup there to just pull all the attention. And literally all 3 T-side players were all looking up at heaven.
Yeah, it's a good placement. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, as you mentioned, super situational.
Yeah.
You might almost guarantee to never see it again in a pro match, but it is a good play, and I like it. USP is out for this round, however, not many big plays or, you know, good plays available for big. I've done a little bit damage towards EliGE and Stewie, but Stewie gets the kill on Tabson and towards the outside stack. Not much else should come through for the CT side.
Yeah, you can't expect a massive amount. You've got the early dinks down. EliGE just waiting for any sort of counter-aggression towards outside from the back of T-Red at Secret. Oh, decent timing for the CTs on the sneak.
Kill on Stewie. TNCN takes it right back and doubles up as well. So damage has been done to the AKs. Any more? Just about, actually. 3 casualties. That's not bad for big.
They could be happy with that. It sort of doesn't strengthen the economy at all for the T side. Instead, just means that it's going to be padded down even further with a few players needing to upgrade rifles going back into round 5. And now we'll see the rifle round coming through from big. AWP upgrade out from Sirisen. For Mars, M4 in for Xantares and for Tabson. Keto and Tizian going to go for the same as well. And big just going to try and make sure that at least in the early game on the City side, they don't just let Liquid run away with it.
AK set in, AWP out for Searston. Flash turned away from as he looks back to position past that smoke. Not seen anything from the T-side line. Tabson instead gets EliGE, kicks things off on the right foot with the FAMAS. 7 points of health for him though, so it's not ideal. At least he's got plenty of other teammates that can take up the mantle of holding secondary kill.
And those diagonal smokes towards outside, one of them failed and just landed out on main, which gave a perfect angle for Tabson to work with. Sirisen's completely blind. Xantares has got to escape at lower.
Yeah, what a great flash there from Stewie. Timed so well. M4 Xantares overwhelmed as well, looking away at the wrong moment. Naf takes it back to the advantage of the T side. Keto close. Here at double doors, here in that bomb plant. Try to force off the part of the Tizian here, spraying through that wallbang position, but unable to connect on anything. Keto dealt with by Grim, and Tabson and Tizian probably got a save now.
I'm very impressed by Liquid here on T-side. They've got good dictation of pace, really good utility usage, and just catching some of the timings from big on reposition. And just the way that they open up the round with a 5-on-4, and then Sirisen's looking to just get back into hell, trying to assist out towards the ramp position, and he's just instantly blinded. And when he gets hit by that flash, it's just an instant trade. The AWP is just dead immediately.
Big. And seeing a 4th round back to the Liquid side, so things are not exactly going as fantastically as they like it to be. In spite of that, though, Liquid definitely looking better at this moment, and that's definitely what we want to see from this one. I mean, we've seen some very awkward stances from them in the previous map up, and you can put that down to certain individuals, but here and now, this looks like a very solid Liquid force that I kind of expected to see.
Well, they just look confident on T-side. They've got the ability to go in quite quickly towards that ramp take, and even out towards lower. Naf and Grim just cross-firing with one another. Big. Their economy just not really in the best of positions at all. They're going to have to eco again. They've got an AK and an M4 being saved in for the last round, and a few upgrades here or there around it.
Oh, EliGE overwhelms Tabson, picks up that frag immediately. Dishing out that damage and opening up on the pistol basis. USP of Searson also looking to tag up and play out towards Silo. Hasn't got much breathing room against Stewie though, so really shouldn't be held for much.
Sirisen just looking to back off, create a little bit more of an angle, hope that he can just continue doing a couple of pop shots here or there with the USP, hope to find a frag. And Big's going to start rotating players to assist him a little bit.
Searson burning a tiny amount. Tizian forced forward, gets 1 frag, only 1 frag. Falling there with a quick response. USP of Searson does catch Stewie off guard, so that's 1 more good headshot. And Xantares turns up the Deagle. Now, no. Oh, no, not again. Fallen. Got to hold this together. He's got 2 kills. Searson's now got an AK. Knows he's there in Garage. It's all a case of timing as when he takes that face. And a Deagle watching position. Searson with the wrap. Seen there. Adjustment from Fallen turns it to a 1v1.
He's got so much time to work with. Does he try and just creep down from Secret, get out to that lower bomb side? Keto's pushing in towards Garage.
Fallen has absolutely no idea, but the Deagle shot's almost missed out there for Keto. He does line it up to the kill in the end and maintain a steal round from Big again.
I swear, if I witnessed another eco being stolen by Big against Liquid, I'm just going to lose my mind. It's getting to a situation, happens the first time, you go, okay, fair play, mistakes being made. But this is a continuation over the entire series. This has got to be the 3rd eco that Liquid have lost.
I'm looking forward to the 4th one because...
I'm not looking forward to the 4th one.
You losing your mind, it's a very entertaining feature, so let's see it at least once here in IEM, but still he caught by Tabstern, doubling up with the M4, and that just looks so easy for him. Not with pistols, with the rifles this time. Nades back, M4 continuing to face for Keto, but Tabson's going to get that trade involved against Grim. Continues to spray for his 3K. His Quadra almost lined up on Naf on 31 points of health, and Tabson is just running right out here towards Mini.
So many bullets just going in towards that squeak door area, and for Naf and Fallen, they need a miracle. Honestly, in that 2v4, they've got no util to work with. Naf's already been chipped in, and they've lost bomb control in Ven.
Yeah, the worst place for the bomb to drop if you're committing out of Squeaky. Again, Tabson with those 3 kills. Naf's hoping with some sort of miracle shot. He does land a tag on Tabson against all odds, but Tabson still gets the kill. Quadra up for him. Can find his 2nd ace right here if Fallen can work his way in towards heaven. Got to catch up to Taurus first and foremost, though, so no ace for Tabson this time, but that's fine. Big with 3, and they continue to contest against Liquid, and look, if it works up in the same sort of way as the last map up, then this could be the runaway moment here for Big. And we did expect that they would go to 3 maps against several teams in the past, but Liquid seems so much more untenable for them to go down 2-0.
Look, got to remember, for Big, they've won every game 2-0 that they've played. 2-0 up against OG, 2-0 up against VP. The only game that they lost in the best of 3 was when they got trounced on by G2 in that 1-mapper series that they won. Even in the situation where Liquid's economy is just completely broken, they are going to go hero AWP with Deagles around.
And EliGE finds the kill on Tabson at least, so those Deagles can do damage. Seriously, going to try to challenge that player up at heaven. See the head, but not land the kill. Now Fallen knows what he's hunting for. Jumps past it. Over at red box, refacing an EliGE. Sees the head again. Good position from EliGE. Seriously, just not seeing anything. He's not getting a single chance. Might have spotted Fallen again, but not going to face that AWP, so a lot of missed opportunities here for the CT side.
Keto with the nade out towards T-Red. They know that Fallen's here. Oh, pretty much just evades it. Gets boosted up to try and get a bit of an angle to work with.
Top of red box. Swing up, sees the shoulder of the man, but hesitates for a moment. Second chance not going to get given either for Fallen. Perfect opportunity to get rid of the AWP and maintain a 5-on-3, but Liquid missed the window.
You've got to focus on Fallen to get the heavy impacted around like this. It's the only weapon that's really viable to get kills. Shotgun
close here for Tizian into the hut position. He's ready for the CT side hold. Good shot on Keto, deals with Fallen now. The XM starts chiming in. Take a couple of buck shots for Keto. Lands up a double and a triple. Almost a quadra out for the USP. Got to turn into it. And then EliGE deals with him. Centaurus comes back. Tizian finally gets the shot to strike. And Big go to evens.
Just chuck that XM away. Make sure you get the rifle instead. And it's just a bit of a moneymaker. Get away with a kill. 900 loss bonus, or 900 kill bonus, I should say. Loss bonus at 2,900 for Liquid. And because that was only a hero AWP round in the last, they'll be able to buy it up. But they are going to take a tactical, probably realizing this is going to be quite the battle here on Nuke.
This is not going to be as easy as it looked initially for Liquid. Their map pick marred by the fact that Bing's one went so well. I'm still holding out hope that they can maintain it, and the CT side is where they could really run away with things, but for now, Big, they're the ones with momentum, and they're the ones that could hold control off the back of this round. It's a rebuy back in from Liquid. AKs across the board. I don't think Fallen has a weapon drop for him. Deagle might be more than fine though. And yeah, he's going to have to rest with that.
No, it just doesn't have the funds, knowing that he went hero in that last round. Big, just trying to see if they can follow up 3 in a row now without even a bomb plan up for the T-side. Syrison looking to get really aggressive with the AWP.
Down to the vents area with that AWP in play. I mean, the XM's probably a better weapon to hold at that position, but also, yes, I'm going to see what you can do with it. Outside control with a missed smoke, I think, from the T-side line. Over that, it was incendiaried off, so Liquid can't get towards red box quite as simply. More smokes they can put up there, but right now the CTs know that they're not out there.
Yeah, Liquid just going with the smokes towards outside. tabseN just watching for the cross, trying to see if he can gather any early information. Thinking about putting the incendiary down, just trying to slow the walk.
Further util involved spray blinds. Incendiary does come out when does Keto look to strike. No footsteps heard. Counteraction nades, burst fire, spray through. Damage done to Stewie. 22. Now they've all crossed back. Searson's going to have to take that first contact and that first kill. Seeing one, getting Grim, incendiary back here. That might force Stewie even further away. Searson goes for the double. Not quite the triple. EliGE gets the trade.
That's enough, though. 2 for 1 and further damage. Naf's going to have a bit of a walk outside. See if he can catch any of the CTs off sleeping.
They detect it, though. No one's actually watching him from heaven or hell. That could catch tabseN because he has his eyes entirely focused on the lobby entrance at ramp. EliGE, meanwhile, opening up the windows. And Taurus ready for the shot, ready for the kill. Drops that bomb. Sees that AWP firing. Stewie. A lot of work to do, and Naf's backup's got to come in more effectively than ever. 15 seconds to make it work, though, and he cannot afford to give away info. He's got to slow walk his way out. Stewie going to try go massive, but not against Tizian. Bucky right up close to him, and now Naf got to save.
I'm a little bit lost in that round. Like, Naf's got to be quicker, right?
Yeah.
With the time as low as it is, pull your knife out, or even just start running with the AK. Yeah, you're going to give the information away. But what's Stewie going to do in that situation? He's left alone at the lower bomb site. He's got the bomb, he's got no time, and he's got no teammate.
Yeah, at least if you pull the knife out and give away the information, you can force the CTs into a bit of a panic. And that might be able to secure something in that respect, but yeah, Liquid's so focused on the slow, careful game and costing the lead here and costing the buyback. AK in on Naf being the only weapon they have. Tech-9's the Eagle Scout. That's about it.
Syrison, duel towards outside, does get baited just by a jiggle peek from the Scout. They go tag for tag.
Fallen on the slightly harder tag, but not by a massive amount. It's a decent start, at least, for the T-side line. Dizzy in. Bursting through, continuing to fire away against Grim. Knows that he's out there somewhere. Further taps from Stewie, further taps from the T-side players, hoping to deal some damage past the smokes and past the walls, but nothing still being found here. It's just that tag on Searsson. And a kill to be found by tabseN open up. Grim can at least find the trade.
Yeah, well done to get that trade back in favor, and for EliGE, it's a little bit of a sneak down to this lower bomb side. Xantares is holding the cross, though.
And Tizian's pushing up on the backstab, so EliGE could get caught to this. Tizian does not want to extend all the way out towards Secret, though. He wants to hold the outside position as EliGE just waits for his teammates to make their moves in. Opening up the windows here, and Tara's going to need that backup now. Sees EliGE burst fire. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. That might be able to get the... it will get the sight. It might be able to get the round itself, though. So I don't think Bigger and retaking positions, and no, they're going to fall back and save.
They're going to have a look for some exits, try and see if they can get something together, but really they are very, very much so out of position. And it's just a situation in which Xantares, he needs a 1-for-1 at minimum. The Deagle just capitalizing on the mistakes on the tabs there.
The 5th round to the board of Liquid. Back to evens against Big, at least keeping things relatively close. The CT side, which has done them so much harm over the course of this series. Continue to keep it under wraps and continue to keep it under control. There's still rifles that were saved in for this round, so there can be a buyback for Big, one of which was an AK as well for Keto.
Yeah, 5-5 though. Liquid, they're not giving in. They're not allowing a lot of confidence to be taken by this German side, just chipping in when it counts. But it's just the whole situation where for Big, they look really composed here on CT. Even in that situation where Xantares whiffs a little bit, they go, yeah, that's fine. We'll just hold on to our weapons. We'll keep it passive.
Liquid. It's around 11, knowing that they're going to have to keep passive against the Big side. Probably going to have to reason to whether they got a force buy-in or not. Naf gets Tabson to open up on the spray. Straight through to the headshot. Down towards that squeaky position. So, nice start. But just a start.
It seems it's out towards the ramp control where the majority of the T-side presence want to be, and for the CT side, they don't have anyone here watching.
Just walk straight into the B side at this moment, I'd imagine. Keita being picked up as well. It's another 5 versus 3 situation for Big. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for another save back here. Tizian's got to find this exit. Grabs the AK at least, so that's something that they can hold on to. CFC Orp just not even going to hit his first shot. Smoked off immediately, so nothing else to return hit. Liquid have the sight, and they probably have the round.
Yeah, they've got to get out of there now. Nothing that Big can do in tow, and for Saracen, that was a decent opportunity. They peeked before the smoke blooms out towards Decon, but misses the chance and misses the round. Even just that lurk play from EliGE towards top lobby, just waiting for the CTs to overextend, was just the round winner.
Yep. Gonna make a concession in this one here, Big. Struggling quite a lot when it comes to some of these opening duels here against Liquid and leaving some big gaps in the fence. We know that this map is not a great map for them, so you can kind of see where it holes in their defensive, so... Liquid up to 6. Now back in the lead against Big.
Looking to follow up even further. Big, because we've seen 2 sort of save rounds in a row with weapons being saved, their economy's not really getting rocked a massive amount. Tactical timeout coming through for the Germans. Their first one here on Nuke.
They've done well without it so far, so I guess now's the right time to make the move because they've got another buyback, of course. Moment for Liquid to think about things as well, and for them, it's a very important match, as we mentioned before. This is a team that want to go deep in this tournament, and led by a veteran who he himself has gone deep in ESL 1 Cologne before, Fallen, obviously. Did you know that today is 5 years ago when he won ESL 1 Cologne 2016?
Jeez, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. It's about this time 5 years ago, doesn't it?
But today is the day.
Today is the day. Okay.
So, for him, don't want to fall out in the group stage. That definitely would be a fall from grace, excuse the pun. For now, they're in the lead, and Big back in with a shotgun on this next buy.
AWP duel looking to get taken pretty much straight away towards this outside position. Saracen hasn't quite found the same sort of level of impact that he did out on that first map.
Keeping his eyes down range here with the big green. M4s of EliGE with the Molotovs also onto position past the red box, but no one's going to get driven away. Liquid start the rotate, back up and out. Away from position with the HEs as well. Set up for the stack. It's Searson that finds that first pick on EliGE though.
Some sort of nade stack towards the top site. Could be out from the heaven position or just onto the site itself. And unfortunately, just doesn't really do anything. It's that first pick outside that was the difference maker for the opening man advantage.
A minute to the clock. Utility back in here towards the outside control for Fallen and Grim. Those 2 pieces out towards the outside positions, but would it be an outside play? It doesn't look like it here. They might go back indoors.
Just a fake outside, see if they can draw the attention, see if they can drop one of the ramp players towards lower, but this aggression with the XM.
Tizian's played this position with the shotty so far. Flash in from Grim as well. Ready to receive. Shotgun. Oh, 2 taps and 2 fantastic kills. Naf trying to respond back towards it, but Tizian may have just cleaned up the round right there. He's got the bomb in his control. Naf dealt with by Keto, and Zantaris wraps in the backstab. All 5 players alive. What a hold from Big.
Oh, I love it from the XM, and we know why players like it on CT side of Nuke, especially when you're playing towards Squeak Door or in Hut itself, and just these taps. Oh, makes it look so easy.
Did you know I've seen a play where down in the corridors on the B site, a player basically just got that same sequence, but against 5 players?
Yeah, it's possible.
It's
the
entirely
close range engagements, close range angles, if they run at you completely solid and there's no flash, there's no util, you can mow with that thing.
Yeah, I always get a little bit giddy when I see the XM out on Nuke. And for reasons like that, Big was such a solid round. So solid that they've got 4 AKs on the CT side. There is firepower across the entire board here. And Liquid, they probably are aware that they saved all those weapons, so what can they do to counteract it? Well, they've got to go for a buy here in round 14, but we'll leave no money for round 14. One final investment for the end of the half. That's the best that they can get with, unless they can get this round.
Big will be very, very happy with the outcome of that last one. Liquid realize what they're going to be up against, seeing the quick util towards the outside position, and he rush nades out towards Squeak Door for the city side. But for the most part, it's quite slow and passive in the lobby control for Liquid.
Util down on Grim, doing some damage to Dewey. Very aggressive here towards Squeak. Key, the AWP is Searson, drops that bomb once again. Keto going to come up here from vent. C2 players get caught off by Naf. Anyway, Stewie deals with Tizian, and now Searson gets overwhelmed. So 4 versus 2, with a hell of a response from Liquid. This could be enough to get them right back into confidence here. Centaurus and Tabson are still looking for something here, though. Centaurus, flash at the ready, blind fire from Tabson, trying to find Naf somewhere, somehow, but Naf completes his spray through the smoke, gets the kill, and Centaurus has got to save.
A very impressive upper take coming through from Team Liquid, and it just got to the situation where they walk out Squeak Door. Keto seems like he's got a really good angle in the vents to deal with the vent drop, or even to come back up and deal with both Stewie and Naf running through, but he didn't quite get out of the vents on that immediate strafe up, and because it took him just that extra fraction of a second longer, it allowed Naf just to find the instant kill, and from there, he follows up onto the site, and Zentaris just has to save.
Yeah, make that concession. Another round back for Liquid, another lead gained by the North American squad. And Big not getting away as easy as they hoped that they would have done here. These have been some very impressive moments from them over the course of this map, but still, Liquid are the ones holding on to the advantage. If they can turn it into an 8th, that would be wonderful going into their CT side.
It'll be just what they need, just to have some sort of contention in terms of an actual deficit of a lead. Just try and get those rounds up. And these upper takes have been very clinical for the T side. Big. It's kind of crazy just how they are never really getting reset here on CT. And that just comes to a lot of the points of, well, they are saving in a lot of situations where they know the round is already lost.
The annoying part of the CT-based meta at the moment, the number of saves that we see across most CT forces is big. No exception to that particular trend. It's fast plays in that will get set up here by Fallen on a flashbang. Try and get in towards that ramp control, and nobody is really here to defend it. Again, they've left ramp completely open for Big. One player downstairs in Centaurus at least gets Stewie. Got to fall back out of position. No smoke back to the right-hand connection. Incendiary back to force EliGE forward. The flashbangs are combined as well for Grim. Almost gets his teammate to fall, but he fortunately gets his shot in, so 4 on 4.
The rotations have come in quickly, so it's going to be difficult to get this bomb down, especially when Keto could just open up the double doors. Grim's watching. At least they get the trade in.
Searson responds back to Naf in a 3 on 3. Tabson opens up, sees one player in the back, but Fallen able to get his kill. So even standing still, but Team Liquid are holding control of the site, and both players still on rotation here. Tizian just getting towards the ramp entrance. EliGE on 25 is going to be the main fickle point. In the back of the entrance, Fallen. Information called out towards him, face in. EliGE gets a double up, 1 versus 1. Awkward sprays, back for the wall bang. Searson on 6 points of health, but the AWP lands a no-scope, and he's just got time for this, I think. Kit involved. And yes, it will be a 7th for Big.
What a clutch coming through for Searson. The no-scope wall bang towards the player at the top of the rafters. And Liquid did so much right in that take towards lower. EliGE just pushing through the incendiary with that flash, being completely blind in the matter. Searson towards outside. What a clutch from him. That is not an easy shot to hit at all.
For Big, they continue to hold their own against Liquid. AUGs, M4s, AWP, AKs out for the Liquid camp. And Big, same position with the flashes over with util up. T-side going for the basic execution into the A side, it seems.
Just get all that util forward, get the molly out from Hart, and just commit with it.
Hardstop's flashes. Smoke has to press back here towards the squeaky door position, so nobody can face forward. They're going for a 3-man boost, yeah, on the Liquid side. Can't see anything up ahead, though. Nobody's there for the CTs.
If they can somehow bait a rotation from the ramp player towards upper, then they could catch someone coming up from ladder itself, but I don't know how likely that is.
Well, it's not likely. It's not even happening. Ramp player still holds for Searson. He's not moving in. Taurus watching alongside EliGE here. 50 seconds. When does the AK strike?
EliGE is still keeping his eyes out towards his secret position, but they're not really finding a massive amount of info. This could just be a double pump to another inner take.
Oh, back here for Zentaris. M4 of Keto. Sees one, EliGE, but steps hurt, finally gets caught off guard. Zentaris picking up. Naf's so low alongside Fallen. Searson's AWP picks apart Stewie, and Keto follows suit on Naf. It's all just falling apart for Liquid. They will get the bomb down in the back of the site, but a 5-on-2 scenario. This must be impossible.
You'd think so. Grim does take the duel to at least get away with one, but he's all alone now.
No HP on Keto, tagged up, and Searson with the AWP shot. That's all he needs for an 8-7 half for Big to hold the advantage at the turn of the CT side. Get a little something extra for going into the second half is where it gets difficult after the break.
We were caught in the fire. Our faith was left out in the open.
Vertigo. Liquid have come on to Nuke their map pick. 4-1 up, Jay, but don't take a lead going into the second half. It is a close one at 8-7.
It could still go the way of Liquid's side as they get to their CT half of this map up. See whether they can finally put some decent impact in against the Big side, but they have kept it close over the course of the entire first for Big. Glocks in, utility out on Tabson, smoke and Molotov. A decoy grenade as well. Not like that'll make much of a difference here in this round, although I would be impressed if he got a kill with it. Liquid. Double flash and defuse with Fallen's part. That's passive positions for Big. They're trying to bait in the EliGE. Oh, they've got the right angle on this. Searson knows what's going on.
They're just waiting for it. Does EliGE even pre-aim? He's thinking about it, looking up towards the silo. Needs to hold the angle, and he does find the connection.
He's a little bit lower than Searson's expected angle, so the kill comes in. Wonderfully done for EliGE, and now Fallen sees what's going down towards the ramp control. They'll make their dive into the B site. There's already 3 players here to receive it for Liquid. The rotations are coming so quick, and Naf gets the kill on Keto for it. Tabson tagged up as well. Tizian seeing towards the right-hand side. It's 2 picks for no damage on the trades. Tabson tags will 11 HP continuously. Naf finally goes down. Bombs committed to the side of this stage. Tizian is trying to frag hard. He knows that at least to his right-hand side. Zentaris comes up with the flags, and him and Tizian have combined 2 kills apiece. Suddenly Fallen's alone. They don't know he's here towards ramp though. Tizian could get caught off. The bomb's got to go down.
They've got time to work with. They could try and fake out the bomb plant, draw him into the open. They've got so many opportunities, and Fallen's thinking about walking, but he wants to stay back passive.
Tizian has no info. Zentaris has nothing towards the outer site as well. He's so focused on the secret entrance. Tizian gonna go for the open plant. It's best to go for it closed up here. Goes towards Toxic. Okay, that might be a bit better.
Oh, shoulder bait for Zentaris, just misses out. Fallen starting to walk in. Tizian's got to look back around. USP trying to find the shot. Zentaris bails out his teammate and bails out the round. That was a 5-on-2 advantage for Liquid, and Big have somehow converted.
That was all Zentaris that round. Tizian did well to force it into the site, but Zentaris' flank from Obs was able to get the 2 players over at the double doors. So well done from these 2 players, and then to turn into Fallen at the right timing. That was everything for Big. What a round from them. And they will be well chuffed with that. Like you said, Dwayne, a 3-man advantage for Liquid. What should have been a 3 round as well. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
It does. EliGE did so much work on that sort of walk-up. Naf on the site was just wasting for so much time, getting so much damage in. At least they found an early return when it comes to the force buy. The Deagle kill for EliGE.
Nice shot on Tabson towards outside. Big will continue the face. I think there's a gap in that smoke, which may have been what the angle was taken there to reveal the headshot. EliGE continuing to tap on Searson. He took a scout shot from Naf as well. Tizian mapping in. Khalil's got to get out of dodge, take some more damage to Liquid, come up with a man advantage and HP above Big in this particular round. Fallen gets forced off angle, opens up Decon door and closes it right behind him, but look towards double instead. AWP in, or scout in for Stewie, I should say. Shots out, Tizian catches that frag, finally returns something for Big.
They're just locked out of the bomb site, unfortunately. They can try and come in quite quickly. That's a good kill for EliGE again.
No plant just yet. Zentaris watching for at least to take face. Made in instead. Searson wrapping him with a scout. Galil flicks back nice and easy. Low HP for the man. Zentaris and Keto make their way up. Zentaris caught with his back turn, and Keto falls to EliGE's ace. Another ace for us today as Liquid take 8.
They needed a play. They needed someone to step up, and EliGE was just the guy starting off that round with a deagle kill, being able to follow up, dropping down into the vents, and as soon as he wins that duel out to Decon, picks up the Galil, and just continues to fire forward.
Great stuff from EliGE. Hero of the round for Liquid, that's undebatable. AK's back in with the M4s, Scouts, of course. They force buy back in for Big as well. Deagle's Tech 9s. Smoke with the Kevlar helmets on Centaurus. Tizian, great shot from Fallen as well, putting that Sprout to great effect, but Keto can respond.
And they saw EliGE being able to drop back towards Credit Card as well, so just try and work with that information, see if they can bait another aggressive play.
Shots ringing out through those smokes. Keto doesn't catch EliGE. Looking away at the right moment here for that AK, and Keto can start extending. Ready for EliGE's next phase. Now he looks back at the right moment. Okay. Now it's the man advantage of Big. Is this going to be another force buy round for them?
Oh, this looks good. This looks really set up for Keto. He's now been able to get out from Secret, and he could win another fight onto Stewie if he swings out wide.
He's ready for him. Stewie's going to look indoors, however, not bother towards the outside control, knowing that his range game is not quite there for him. Better to rely on the rifle. Towards the garage position. Naf catches Keto with his back turn, so 3 on 3. Big. Reduced back to the standards, but they have left a gap in over at ramp control. Tizian's going to walk out hell.
And that's got to pull the attention back over, but timing's going to be everything. They are getting so much map presence.
Shots do land a goose shot on towards Naf, so 34 HP, and they know that they're in lockers. They go up towards heaven here. Grim, based in Tech 9. Deagle can overwhelm. Naf gets the one frag, not quite the second. Seriously got to dive down, grab that bomb and get it planted.
Stewie's coming up from the vents position. Serious, and it all comes down to the positioning on the side.
Jump face hasn't seen Stewie. Deagle out instead, and Stewie lands the SMG shot. I'll look for the M4 wherever that might have landed. The AK is also a bit better. There you go, a 9th round for Liquid. Not terrible from Big, but bomb plant bonus damage probably... Do they want to force buy here, Dwayne, actually?
I don't think so. If they lost pistol, got a bomb plant, lost the anti-eco or the anti-force buy, got a bomb plant. If it went that kind of way, you could see it happening. But because they won pistol, then lost the force, it means that you're back a peg. So it's just not worth the investment. You can go for a half buy, go for the upgraded pistol, 0 there, but no point forcing it here. The risk is just too big.
9-all for Liquid again, equalizing against Big's early start in the half. Will it convert into a map? Right now looking to convert into a lead at the moment. So literally just that one position held by Fallen again on Keto. 1 round differential they look to extend right here. Not much in terms of the Eagles on the half buy or the eco round, if you will. Nade for Tizian, the only piece of utility. And that's it.
Liquid, perfect opportunity for them to follow up, get up to double digits, take the lead back in their favor. Zentara is just waiting for an angle, some sort of shoulder bait out from the secret position, and EliGE is just trying to bait him.
Eagle watching. Has seen EliGE, or at least seen a pixel or two. Can't quite catch the headshot, though. Inches away from contact, inches away from the frag. Taurus is forced to make his way up towards the mini position instead. Tabson caught by Grim. That's one more good frag for the CT players. Dewey also drops in on Searson. We got back as Centaurus, tries to get it done, but not to be. Same thing with Tizian. Shot to the shoulder, not much than that. All 5 alive for Liquid.
And the Americans get the lead back. And Big will be able to invest forward, be able to get all the rifles in. AWP upgrade is also a good potential for Searson if he wants it. And Liquid, we know that Fallen, these last few rounds, since he's had the AWP in play, has been playing a lot around sort of the garage position. So you wonder at all, are we going to have an AWP v AWP duel? Does Searson want to try and put pressure on immediately? Or how they're going to utilize the utility outside to try and force Fallen further and further back and make it more uncomfortable for him?
Big Green's out for both sides, and Searson will take that early fight onto Fallen, try and bait in, see him a credit card. Fallen knows he's giving up that angle, he knows he's giving up the position, so he's not going to continue to hold that position. Just waiting. Holding faith. Dewey caught off. Tizian still gets dealt out on the frag count. A nice start for the CT side.
A nice little shoulder peek for Tizian, but still the shot gets hit by Stewie, only taking down to 24, and even looking to go back up towards top of heart.
He's keeping his eyes on the Deagles. Watching and waiting. Molotovs into the back lines. Gonna force EliGE back out of position here. He'll wait. Warm up his hands a little bit and reface off the Molotov. Burn towards outside. They've made their way here, though. Big have got 2 players pushed.
It's misinformation for both teams. They don't know. EliGE is out from secret, but Sirison hits the shot with the orb.
Naf can respond back. Searson doubles up. 3v3. Kito's got the bomb on his back, and now they make their way into secret definitively.
Now, Fallen's rotated quickly out from this ramp position. He's just posted, looking out towards double doors. Xantares could be the one to try and at least pull the rotates over, but Fallen hits the shot. Xantares looking for the trade. Oh, what happens to Stewie? I think he just dropped down from heaven.
Oh, that's massive. Fallen. 1 on 2. The bomb's going to go down to the A site as well. Oh, this could have been a much more doable retake. That mistake. I'm sure we'll see it in a moment on replay, but Fallen got to clutch the holds, and Xantares' head has been seen. Not quite by Fallen, at least. Looking up, there comes the AK kill, and Big equalize again. Liquid. Oh, what happened there, Stewie? What happened here? Let's take a look at it. Well, not right now. We'll see it in a second, I'm sure. Searson with a great sequence of his own right with that orb. Oh no! What on earth is that?
He's going for such a KZ jump, so long range like that. I don't know. You've got to hit the straights perfectly, otherwise you're just falling. Oh no. Out towards that heaven position. If you just go slightly up the left-hand side of the railings, it is such an easy jump to hit, but from that range?
Yeah. I don't know what Stewie was thinking there. I guess it was probably going to be some like sick movement. Had it worked out, it might have gotten a positional advantage. They might not have been expecting it, but that cost them. Big even again. Liquid. Tactical pause taken because there's no money, Dwayne. There's no real buy.
It's a good position for Big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just knowing that they can get the lead back, they can start putting pressure on, force out some mistakes like we saw in the last round, and just farm as much cash as possible for Sirison.
Here comes the hit already here for Big. AK's out of the game for Tizian. Grim's going to make his way up. Doesn't catch Tizian for the frag. What? You're kidding me. Keto follows suit on Stewie as well. EliGE Fallen. This round has fallen. It's 11 for Big. They're back in the lead.
Oh my goodness, what is going on there? And they're even going to get a boost up towards the Mustang rafters, try and get Sirison to look out to that heaven position. EliGE getting caught off by main, and this eco has found absolutely nothing.
There was an eco, to be fair. Fallen actually gets a good shot on Tizian, at least to trade out the player. Got tagged up so early, but he had such a great round that I don't even think it matters. Watch it again. Kill on Grim, fair enough. This is silly. This is just silly.
Yeah. Again, physics does not apply in pro games. I don't know what it is, but...
well, apparently, game logic itself does not apply to pro games, because in any other circumstance, that does not hit.
Oh, Big. They get up to 11. Liquid with the buyback again. No kit on the City side. They do have an AWP in play. EliGE thinking about going quite aggressive, backed up by the orb.
M4 Fallen out of position. Orb in for Fallen. Looking over out of angle. AK set. Trying to force forward here on the T-side line. Bigger being a bit careful. Knowing that they could still lose a lot of control back to Liquid because the money is a little bit off position for them. They can probably force back into round 23, but if they can win this round, that's the most important thing. Liquid have nothing at all.
And they've got some interesting rotates to lower, so you've got both an EliGE and Fallen cross-firing at this lower position, maybe anticipating a vent drop or even a play out from secret, but this is going to be a wrap in a main.
For spray, Keita comes up with a kill. Grim doubles up, trying to make it a triple no. Searson trades it back, 3-on-3. Molotov up towards heaven. EliGE still in the midst of the smoke. He's got the bomb dropped out towards main. Searson finds his pick. EliGE trades back on Tizian. 2-on-2. Sees Searson as well. Where's Tabson? Way out of position. Nowhere near the site. Coming up from Silo. Sees that AWPer, but Fallen connects the frag and connects 11 for Liquid.
Yeah, he's just trying to cut the rotations off. Just get that wrap in for main and hope that one of those lower players, an EliGE or a Fallen's going to come up from secret, and it just does not happen at all. EliGE on the side just brings that round back by himself, and then Fallen just posted on the AWP, and as soon as he hears that sound cue, he can just keep his eyes out to main.
And the rebuy from Big will not be afforded here. They don't have the full amount of cash. They're just going to go half-season into this next round. Mac 10 for Xantares. Eagles and Glocks for everybody else. PT50 also for Searson's part. Oh, Xantares misses the silo jump. More missed jumps from everybody, it seems, from both Liquid and Big.
Just pop out from ramp. Naf's going to be the only player here to try and defend. Only gets away with one.
Eagles turning in here, going down towards the B site. Only one player in the lower portions of the site itself. That's Stewie. Faced in from Deacon, drops the bomb, and probably secures the round from that. The rotations can be afforded here by the CT side. Deacon door's still open up. Stewie's got a line into the site itself. No smoke that they can put down. A flashbang at best, and Taurus gets caught. Anyway, Keto does turn the M4 into a decent kill. Bomb plant to be attempted here, trying to bait out. But no, they stick the bomb plant. They get at least a bit of money. But EliGE deals with Tizian, leaving Keto left to quadra clutch this. Gets a secondary kill, but I don't think he'll find much more than this. I mean, he'll try. No sense of not doing so. He's got all his isolated the 1v1s and almost gets Stewie as well. But no, Stewie just holds the triple. That got a bit scary for Liquid, I'm not gonna lie.
It's more than a bit scary. That is such a light eco, and they get a bomb plant and 4 kills. Keto just being able to isolate so many individual picks, and if you're Stewie or you're Adren on that Liquid side, you look at that round and you're glad you converted, but still, that's very, very sloppy to get it as down to the wire as it did.
And again, it leaves the economy in tatters for Liquid. They've had a very bad money line for a long time. And Big could still reset. Bomb plant bonus enables the buyer. Krieg still for Tizian, so it's not ideal. If these guns get the impact, if they get the damage, if they get the round, then that could potentially be 13-12, a massive lead above Liquid that they can't recover. Loss bonus is not quite there for them. Nade stacks in towards the top of hut. Nobody's out to receive it. Grim on the other side.
And Naf has been able to push really aggressive out to ramp, and this could catch the T side completely off guard if they're not expecting it. And even if they don't take ramp, it's just information.
M4 holding, Naf. Angle locked, Keto gives up the bomb with a dry face. Not the frag you want to concede. Now wraparounds coming in from Fallen to try to support it here. Here's Orb will look in for Tizian, but even so far he's off angle. Orb shot ready, baited in by a jump face. The Big can get the bomb back, but they have conceded the man advantage until Tabson gets the trade.
Stewie getting aggressive, just getting overwhelmed, and now Sirison gets a pick.
Where did that come through? I believe towards outside. EliGE Fallen. An advantage for Big once again. Grim SMG flashed out here at Marshmallow, who looked at it was Zentaris. Catch the kill. Tizian there with a response, and Searson downstairs. Has to adjust against Fallen as Naf gets Tabson up towards Squeaky. 2v2. Fallen heard. Double doors still closed off, however. How do Big aggress this? Smoke down, shot not rigging out. Molotov up close. USP and AWP up close against Searson. Missed shot from Fallen, and now it's all on Naf.
He's got to go for this. They're on double eco status. There's no way that he can save. You are kidding
No.
me. They've got no money. They have to force by next round.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't like this. I guess it's an M4 to go into the force with, maybe. That's probably the logic, the best logic that Liquid are thinking of right now. Naf also recognizing it's a 1 versus 2. But honestly, I think they needed a big play in that retake. I think they needed Naf to go massive, but he doesn't fancy his chances. And it is the smarter call, I'll give you that. But again, I don't think it was the right one.
I don't know if you'd call it the smarter call. The money is just not there. Fallen's double eco. Grim is kind of double eco. You have to force it here. You can't really just lightly buy around this M4. But I just have a look at that whole sort of situation. And Naf did so much in the rounds. Aggressed out from ramp, dropped that bomb 5-on-4. And then it just feels like in an instant, the round just gets lost because Tabson gets a pick and then Sirison within the span of literally less than a second.
XM in for Stewie. Scout out of a Fallen. The Eagles on Grim and EliGE. Searson's going to watch towards the outside with the AWP, expecting there to be CT aggression, which there is, but not quite as far as his angle. EliGE continue the push. Yes, he will. Naf, meanwhile, strikes on that M4. Gets Keto to drop. Searson gets his pick back. And Naf gets another kill. Zentaris to drop him back. Scout involved for Fallen does also lose his life. Stewie now forcing forward to the Scout. The XM. Tizian ready, but Stewie falls back.
He's very, very careful that he doesn't overextend there. He overextends, he's a dead man. So at least for Stewie, just hold him back. Can't get baited to pushing forward with his XM. They need someone to make a play. 2v3, it's not the best position at all for the CTs.
Tizian's just waiting for Stewie to force forward here. I think he knows that he might be in the hut position. If he waits, then he might get the shotgun to fall. The Molotov actually will drive him out or drive him forward. Drives him out. Still set here towards the squeaky position. Can he catch these two players? Waiting for them to go towards the A side. If they dive down towards B, then they'll evade him, but they'll fall into the hands of Grim. It's basically one player that you have to force forward into. Sprays around the corner. They catch Stewie, though, and Grim makes his way up with an Eagle. Steerson ready for it. Big with the 13th. They have a lead, Dweg, and at this late stage of the game, I know, again, it could still swing either way, but you have to start asking that question about the big side. An eco inbound for Liquid. We should be getting to 14. Is the 2-0 on the table for the Germans again?
Very likely, honestly. Even though it's only 13-12 and it's a one-round deficit, knowing that there's an eco coming through for Liquid going into round 26, they're running out of rounds. They're running out of opportunities in this second half, and Big, they don't have a massive amount of money behind them. So if they have a successful eco here, this is really going to set them up for the long game.
Boost Thack out here towards the outside control, hoping that the T's face out of red box, but nobody will. Setting towards their defaults, mostly into the lobby position, and the defaults towards outside. Very little gain. They're being very careful. And Molotov's down, Smoke's involved. And Big cannot afford to concede this here. Liquid have no choice.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to be running into this stack, does it? Out to the outside heaven position. The CTs can focus their attention towards the upper bomb site pretty quickly, but the Ts are just going for an upper take.
Smoke's in. Stewie watching. Patience inbound for the CT players to try to get back towards heaven very, very quickly here, so it's going to be a bit of an awkward position that they might not be able to deal with. Shots out, players dropping down. Keto and Zentaris and Tizi come up with those picks. Stewie does find one good frag out of main. AK involved, but Tabson trades it. Holds the round together for Big, 14-12, and now the rifle buy for Liquid. If they lose this, I think we might be seeing the end of them here in Cologne. Tactical pause. It's a must-win round for the CTs.
And we haven't seen a lot of head-to-heads between Liquid and Big, but remember back in the day, one head-to-head. Remember when Tabson was playing on NRG? They were playing Liquid so often back in the day when they were playing in North America, when there was all the leagues going on back in the day. So you've got to imagine for someone like him to get a win over a team that used to beat them a lot would mean really everything. And in Cologne too, on home soil.
It's a very different Liquid compared to that, but
yeah,
the logic does stand. 14-12, Big. With what would be a big result above Liquid. Not just beating Liquid, doing it in 2 maps. The pressure is on for the Americans. The pressure is on for the Stewie-led side. He's up on the top of Hut. Naf with the M4. Swing back over towards that smoke position, expecting there to be some sort of contact and kill. These tabs it, bursts through, sprays him down. Naf gets traded by Keto immediately, though. EliGE can respond towards it, but Keto doubles up. 3 versus 3. Player on the bomb site fallen. The M4 in the back. Might get smoked off here towards the left. We're going to stick it as Keto does not commit.
Oh, they've got so much map control. You've got the lurk outside for the AWP. Crossed in from the main position. Stewie catches the timing.
Perfect for him. Steerson caught looking the wrong way. Back turn towards Mini. Now the advantage. Now the position. Now the potential. For Liquid starts swinging in. Big. Keto to commit with the bomb on his back. Fallen. Tight angle gets the perfect shot. Takes a shot back for it. But now Tizian left a clutch of his own right. Bomb's been dropped. Fallen's tapping his way forward. The smoke involved is get a bit more cover for Tizian. 40 seconds through the clock. The back devil's being set up. The flashbang over. Sees his way in towards double doors. Fallen. Jump facing. Seeing the man. Tagging him up. Swing's not good enough. Tizian falling. 13 is at the border. Liquid back within 1.
Very well played for Fallen on the side to just not overswing, keep his crosshairs locked out towards that left-hand side of ramp, and just wait for Stewie to peek on his contact in the 3v1. They seem for Big. They just took that a lot drier in the round out towards that ramp take, just pushing through the smoke, wide swinging together, getting Keto to get both of those trades, but as soon as that AWPer fell to Stewie and Mini, that was the round done.
Big mistake to make for Big. I guess Stewie kind of made up for his own mistake a little bit earlier on in the matchup. lot of stress on the faces of the big side. Still with a chance to reset, but Stewie says no. Keto. One of the frag. M4 trying to get back down as well. Could get caught up by the play. That's also Mini. Gets back behind that corner just in time. Zentaris, no chance. Grim in the back. Burst through upper heaven. Sees Searston, keeps him away.
They know that he's here. They're just trying to wallbang, and that forced him out in the open. EliGE's going to fall down on the sides.
Still not action from Big on the execution basis. Boost up. Oh, this is big from EliGE. Gets the kill on the bomb carrier. Swing back to Zentaris, but can't quite hold it. Grim can trade, so can Searston. It's down to a 1v2 for NAF. AK coming in from Mini. And they're going to go for the vent dive here. Both players downstairs. NAF has heard it.
Hey, he's got to follow, but he's got to be silent. As soon as he makes noise, they'll know that
They're
he's
ready.
here. They're keeping someone in the vent position. The orb's going to hit the shot. And for Liquid, they now go into what could be the last round of the map with no money, completely being reset. Big, they have looked exceptional in these late stages of the T side.
Oh, beautiful from Zentaris. The ultimate patient play. And it's 15-13 for Big. Liquid about to come crashing out of the groups here at Cologne. 2 rounds to make up to OT, and like you mentioned, Blake, there is nothing to buy with. A FAMAS is the best weapon they've got. Scout CZ2 Deagles. NAFTA's get the opening kill. That's big.
Oh, they heard the sound cues out towards that ramp position. You can see Keto just pre-aiming, but losing that first fight, now boosting him up to the ramp position, holding on to the man advantage.
Molotov set in. Nades. Push to the back lines. Tizzy in. Trying to draw some attention out towards Squeaky. The Molotov up towards the top of the hut. Still, Stewie can put a smoke in. NAF boosted up as well. Can he get his second kill involved in this? Smoke from EliGE will draw their attention towards Hells, and Tara sees the man, still drops it. Tizzy in, barely coming out on top of this one, gets that kill back. Deagle fires away, but EliGE does not get the kill involved. 3v3, and the Krieger taps and engages. Sees Grim and sees Stewie. Can't deal with either of them. Does go falling down, but there's such low HP. Tizzy can find a trade here. Grim's up close, and he does go falling.
Oh, so much HP damage done to both teams. There's still so much time to work with. There could be a wrap into heaven and split into A.
Careful positioning here from Big. Both players siphoned off from each other. It's going to be a split play into the A site, but are they ready for it? Fallen Scout for Mars on Stewie. Such low HP for this man. The Scout can pick up Tizzy in as well, but a headshot lands, and it's all left to the FAMAS. Looking away from the heaven play. Searson just got to time it so well. Drops in and gets the headshot, and Big will eliminate Liquid from the group stage. A 2-0 series for the Germans. And it's heartbreak for North America.
What a result. 2-0 over OG, 2-0 over Virtus Pro. Make it another 2-0. It's Liquid.
Oh, that sucks so much for them. But